Hey folks, your OS Reviews. You're watching our video review of the Divoom AuraBox. This is a Bluetooth speaker that has a smart LED light notification system on the front, which allows you to draw and send different images from your phone onto the front with the LED lights and create different icons for you to flash to with the music. So let's say you get a new text or you get a new call, you can have the AuraBox display maybe a call icon or maybe a text message icon. It's going to flash a few seconds to let you know that your phone has received a new text or a new call. You can also draw and doodle and create different fancy icons and so on and so forth. It's quite similar to the Witty Noti Smart LED light that we also saw a few weeks ago. However, the Noti does not have a Bluetooth music playback functionality. It isn't a speaker, it's only a light. So the AuraBox takes basically that concept and pushes it one step further. The AuraBox can be purchased on Amazon.com for under $60, which is pretty inexpensive, and it has a very nice packaging as well, so it's going to make for a pretty compelling gift. Specs-wise, we are talking about the ability for you to play back music with a 3-inch 5-watt speaker on board, and it supports iOS and Android smartphones alike using Bluetooth functionality. It also serves as an alarm clock. It has a thermometer, so there's a temperature sensor on board. It serves as a lamp if you want to use it for some micro USB cable, also a 3.5mm cable if you don't want to use Bluetooth and still want to listen to music. But basically, this is the AuraBox itself. Something to take note of right away is the front, which has the lights, is very shiny. It's definitely a fingerprint magnet. It also collects dust quite easily, so you do have to clean this off every so often. That's something to take note of. The body of the AuraBox is crafted out of a soft touch rubber material, which makes it easy to grip, but more importantly, when you set it onto a table, it doesn't really slide around, which is good. The top features all the controls. This is not a touch sensitive control panel. You have access to power on and off switch. You can pause your music, change your volume, and also change the brightness of the LEDs, and that's basically it. It also allows you to cycle through several of the different modes, inclusive of the temperature, the time, a pre-programmed maybe moving wallpaper or something like that. And on the very back, you have access to the speaker. So the speaker itself is facing in the opposite direction from you, so that's something to take note of. There's also a micro USB port for charging and the aforementioned 3.5mm auxiliary cable for output. So overall, the design, it feels pretty good. It's relatively lightweight and it looks pretty good as well. When you display it on a table, it looks quite modern and shiny and reflective. So taking a look at the app next, we have it on our phone. I'm going to turn Bluetooth on really quickly, and to power things up, I'm going to power up the AuraBox. And here's the application, the Divoom AuraBox. So clicking on that once, it's going to say it's connecting using Bluetooth. And hopefully, clicking on search, we're going to be able to connect in a few seconds. There we go. It's connected and we are ready to go. So you can see here that right away we have access to a clock as the standard kind of home page that we have here, which is pretty easy to see. It's quite bright, it's very vibrant. It's going to be extremely visible under darker environments, but it's going to be even relatively visible under direct sunlight or in brighter environments, in rooms at least. So the interface here is also pretty nicely designed. Whenever I switch a panel, it basically automatically pushes an update over to the AuraBox. In this case, we are now in the thermometer functionality, and it's going to change that. I can change between different temperatures like Fahrenheit, Celsius. Changing again goes into the light. This is the mood lighting, so I can change between several different pre-programmed colors quite easily. It's quite fast as well between something that I tap on screen and happening with the AuraBox. Over here, this is dancing to your beat, so if I'm playing back a song from my phone using the app, it's going to also create a equalizer effect, which is pretty cool. Over here, this is a endless boundaries, which is a changing animated kind of wallpaper-like effect, pretty similar to some Android wallpapers that you might look at. So this is going to keep on changing. It's a holiday-themed version. Party rock, so this is going to change the direction of the arrow every few seconds, back and forth, back and forth. Here is a rainbow, same thing, it's all animated and moving. And the last one here is explosion. So 4, 3, 2, 1, and then we're going to get an explosion of colors. And it's going to repeat itself. So that's basically the main premise of the main few screens that are built in. Next, I can slide from the left here to reveal a panel that allows me to control directly the music, set an alarm, which is quite easy, and go through different galleries while playing back a music, let's say, and also allows me to design my own patterns. So here is the palette that I have. Let's say I want to draw something like an O. Once I'm done, I can also send that over to the device by, let's send it over, play. So there we have the actual O. So it's not going to be as easy as maybe drawing with a pen and paper, just because you're limited with the grids and the LEDs. So it looks slightly 8-bit rather than a very smooth O or a very smooth circle, but you can still experiment and play around with this. It's going to be great for kids as well to play around with. I think they'll be really like it as a lighting piece, but pressing on play there keeps on updating what you draw from the phone onto the AuraBox. So it's fun to play around with and to experiment with in general. You can save it and add it to a gallery or reset it and have a more blank canvas. So there's also other animations you can look through if you want to add different designs that are moving, and notifications, like I talked about, allows you to change things like whenever I get a new text message, a new call, or maybe something from my smartband, what to do and how to react. So finally, here are the few preset notifications that you can see: missed call, text message, inline, WeChat, QQ, and they tend to work pretty nicely. There's also the gallery, which not only allows you to go through ones that you've saved, images that you've saved, but also allows you to search up different icons that other people have created. Other popular options include different animations from Mario, from Android. Let's say you want to play that. You can see this is the effect that it has. It tends to work a little bit better if you give it a bit of distance and separate the AuraBox from directly in front of your face. And let's go back into the gallery there. Some other ones, there's Chrome, there's controllers, Facebook, house, I love symbols. So just a lot of different symbols, fun ones you can go through, a Pokeball that you might want to check out. So let's see if there's one that's really nice. There's eBay, Xiaomi symbol, Yahoo symbol. So for instance, Yahoo looks pretty decent. Play that back and you can see that this is the effect. As far as the accuracy of the light, it does a decent job, although the white seems a bit more muddled than what's being displayed on screen. But overall, again, the lights themselves are pretty bright and visible. Battery life on the AuraBox is also very good. I expected the battery to last a lot shorter than maybe a traditional Bluetooth speaker would, but I received, I would say I used this for roughly 3 to 4 weeks before it ran fully out of power. I listened to music sporadically in between and played with the AuraBox lighting functionality, and it seemed to do a pretty decent job. Charging it up using micro USB takes only 2 hours to complete, which is also pretty fast. So moving on onto the music portion, we have a sample music playing in the background you can hear. The actual sound quality here is actually pretty crisp. There's a slight amount of bass, but it's not too heavy. This is a mono speaker, not a stereo speaker, so it's not going to be as immersive as something that's a bit larger. I think the biggest downfall of the AuraBox is that the speaker is pointing away from you. So if you do want to use it as a traditional speaker, you have to flip it over, and then when you're done, flip it back again, which kind of distracts from the point, which is that you can listen to music, and then maybe when you're getting a new text message, it's going to flash something, but you have it flipped over, you can't really see the display panel. But if it's flipped the other way, the sound quality becomes slightly more muffled, which is again kind of the price you have to pay. But overall, the sound quality is pretty good. It's not the best Bluetooth speaker that I've heard for 60 bucks, but it certainly isn't the worst either. But overall, it's pretty much middle of the road, and I feel like the strength, of course, the AuraBox has is in the design and the fact that you have a interesting smart LED notification panel on the front. At the end of the day, the sub $60 Divoom AuraBox is certainly a better deal than the witty, notey smart LED notification system. It incorporates a Bluetooth speaker that actually is pretty functional, as well as an LED notification system that is nicely baked into the software, which is very intuitive and easy to use. For 60 bucks, it's not the most inexpensive Bluetooth speaker on the market, nor is it the most practical. However, it works pretty well and it has a modern design that I find quite appealing. To learn more information about the Divoom AuraBox, be sure to check out our full written review. This has been our video. Thanks for watching here at OS.